Grand Theft Auto 3 changed video games forever. GTA was already a very successful series before they went 3D, but as soon as they jumped into the third dimension, it became a full-on phenomenon and helped to provide the blueprint for open world games for many, many years. Countless games after this would copy its homework. Some did it successfully, and some not so much. We're about to celebrate 25 years since this iconic game came out, and I cannot think of a more worthy celebration of GTA 3 that I could do other than to get every single retro achievement in Grand Theft Auto 3. This is not going to be an easy or short task. There are 180 achievements in the game, and a lot of them are missable. A few of them are even quite hard to achieve. So I will be splitting this into 3 or 4 separate videos. This one will cover the first island of the game, Portland, followed by videos on the second island, Staunton, then Shoreside Vale, and then a potential final video cleaning up everything that is left. These will be released one per month until we're done. I will then put out a single video version for those who like a super long video to fall asleep to. I want this to be a definitive celebration of GTA 3, no pun intended. I want to give it the time it deserves, while going through the stories, characters, and of course, the achievements. I'll be sharing my journey through it all, while doing my best to make it entertaining for those who know the game well, but also for those who have never played this game before in their lives. I aim to give you the full experience of both the game itself and the journey to master it. I am playing this live on Twitch. You can find me there as ps_stew, where I may even be playing it right now. These will also be uploaded to my VODs channel. Both links will be down below in the comments. Well, let's keep this intro short, shall we? We have a lot to do, so let's jump into the time machine. Let me take you back to 2001 in Liberty City. Welcome to Grand Theft Auto 3. Liberty City, 2001. 3 armed robbers are escaping out of the back of a bank. Our culprits are Claude, our silent protagonist, his lover Catalina, and a cartel member. Miguel is the 4th man, acting as the getaway driver. The cartel member and Catalina burst ahead, with Claude taking care of the cameras. But just as he is about to make his escape, Catalina betrays Claude, shooting him and leaving him for dead, while taking his share of the cash, claiming that she's ambitious but we're just small time. Claude, while lying in a pool of his own blood, is arrested, tried, and found guilty for armed robbery. He's given 10 years in prison. Later on, we see Claude in the process of being transferred via police truck to a facility in Portland when the convoy is suddenly attacked on the Callahan Bridge by the Colombian cartel. Their target is an Asian man of unknown origin, who they kidnap and drive away with. However, this inadvertently allows Claude and another prisoner, 8-Ball, to escape. Just as they free themselves from their handcuffs, a bomb left behind by the cartel blows up the Callahan Bridge, leaving Claude and the rest of Portland cut off from the rest of Liberty City. In the aftermath of the attack, 8-Ball offers us a place to lie low, but his hands are all messed up, so we better drive, brother. So while we're driving to the safe house, let's introduce you to Claude, our playable character. Claude Speed. Age? We don't know. Hometown? We don't know. Affiliations? As of yet, unknown. We don't know much about this anonymous drifter. We don't even know if Speed is his real last name. What we do know is that he was part of an illegal street racing ring back in San Andreas around 1992, owning a garage in San Fierro before ownership transferred to Carl Johnson. He has been linked to a series of bank robberies all over America before he was caught in Liberty City after being betrayed by his now former partner in both crime and romance, Catalina. He is known to show little emotion, but revenge is a powerful force. And now that he is free, the whole city may just feel his wrath. There are many stories about some of the crazy and destructive antics he has committed. Some say he even has the ability to summon tanks. If you have any stories to share about your experience in Liberty City with Claude, let us know in the comment section below. Most missions for the set will have 1 or 2 missable achievements, so we need to keep an eye on them during every mission we do. For the first missable achievement of the game, we need to make sure we don't put a dent in the car we start with until after the first real mission, Luigi's Girls, is complete. We reach our first hideout, change into civilian clothes, and then head towards Luigi's club, Sex Club 7. Now there ain't no party like a sex club party, not that I've ever been invited to one of those, but we don't stop moving as we are introduced to the first mission giver of the game, as well as unlocking our first achievement.
Wait here, man, while I go in and talk to Luigi. Say hello to 8-Ball, ladies.
8-Ball's got some business upstairs. Well, maybe you could do me a favor.
Luigi Gottarelli, allegedly part of the Leone crime family, proprietor of the Sex Club 7 nightclub in the Red Light District. He is voiced by Joe Pantoliano, who you may know as Cypher from The Matrix, or Ralph from The Sopranos. He is usually flanked by his right-hand man Mickey. He is linked to a prostitution ring running out of his nightclub, but officially, he denies his accusation. He is known to be quick to temper, but sources say he at least treats his girls at the club very well. He is a known close associate of the Don of the Leone family, Salvatore. 8-Ball introduces us to Luigi, who gives us our first mission, to pick up one of his girls, Misty, from the hospital and bring her to the club. Easy enough, and doing so without damaging the initial car is enough to unlock the achievement, just keep your hands on the wheel. Our second mission, Don't Spank My Bitch Up, also has a bonus achievement attached to it, this time for doing the mission within 2 minutes. Our task is to kill a drug dealer who is pushing a new street drug onto Luigi's girls called Spank. This will be a big part of the game, so unfortunately you will have to hear me talk about Spank quite a bit. Now 2 minutes is a tight time limit, but it is doable. My tactic was to ignore the baseball bat the game wants you to use, and instead get right into my car, drive down to the docks, run the dude over for a quick and easy kill. From there we are asked to steal his car and take it to the paint spray, which will both respray the car and remove any wanted stars you may currently have for $1,000. This time it's free. I guess Luigi's covering the bill here. We then take the car to the lockup, where we actually almost failed the achievement with less than a second to spare when the mission completed. Phew! For the mission Drive Misty for Me, we have to pick Misty up and bring her to Joey Leone, the Don's son. For the achievement, we have to do this by picking her up with 0 wanted stars and end the mission with 3 stars. Wanted stars in Grand Theft Auto represent how much police attention we currently have. 1 star is basically nothing. Cops will chase us if they see us, but they're not sending patrols out to find us. Staying out of trouble long enough should move this eventually. 2 stars is when cops will actively hunt us down. Cop cars will spawn more frequently, and we cannot lose this without picking up a police bribe or heading into the paint spray. Cops will shoot us on sight too if they cannot get close to arrest us. At 3 stars, you will start to be swarmed by cop cars, and a helicopter will spawn to shoot you from above. The SWAT will join in at 4 stars, the FBI at 5 stars, and then the army will join in at 6 stars. Needless to say, it becomes very hard to stay alive at 6 stars, but don't worry, you will see for yourself soon enough. If we are arrested, we'll lose all of our weapons and some of our hard-earned money, so we want to avoid this happening if possible. Generally, I will reload when I am arrested or wasted just to keep the ammo I've got. Anyway, we caused some chaos to get to 3 stars, but my car is dying. So I attempt to switch cars and Misty is nowhere to be seen. I think she's underneath a car, but my attempt to set her free did not go well and we failed the mission. The second attempt goes much smoother. We get our 3rd star and make a beeline to Joey's garage to drop her off. He says to drop in later as he'll have work for us to do. We go back to Sex Club 7 to get our next mission from Luigi. He is having some issues with the competition and he wants us to remove them from existence. So we do just that. But the achievement wants us to do this without using any weapons. Well, who needs a weapon? Well, we have a car. We find our targets in Hepburn Heights, driving in a Diablo Stallion. We ram the car, which causes the pimp with a shotgun to get out of the car and try to shoot us. Shotguns are lethal in this game, especially to cars, and it immediately destroys our car. So we drive the hell away to switch to a brand new one. We manage to run over the pimp before he can destroy our new car, but the Diablo's gang member is still in his car trying to run us over. We eventually get him out of the car, but by that point, our car is on the verge of blowing up. so we use this to our advantage. We trap them in, let the car kaboom over his ass for the achievement. No weapons needed, just car and kaboom. The last mission we do for Luigi is very on brand for him. The policeman's ball is happening right now, and this is a fantastic business opportunity for him. He asks us to pick up some of his girls and drop them off at the ball. There are 2 achievements for this, and we cannot get them both as they require us to do this mission in opposite fashions. We have to either pick up all the girls one by one and deliver them to the ball, or pick all of them up at one time and then deliver them. The first option is incredibly difficult for me, so I'm only going for the Girls Galore achievement for now. We can grab a coach from the depot beside the docks. From there we can pick up every girl in the coach and then drop them all at the ball at once. Just be sure we have enough time. We just have to be sure we have enough time for them all to leave the coach, as time won't stop until the 8th and final girl leaves the coach. Do this, we get 2 achievements. One for completing every Luigi mission, and one for doing this mission the efficient way. I hope those girls have a ball. We will be back to try the VIP delivery achievement a little later, but now is a good time to get some side missions done. We start with Firefighter, a super easy chill side mission where we drive from burning vehicle to burning vehicle to use our truck to extinguish the fire before moving on. It's very easy, as there's always just the one car to deal with each time. We have to do 20 of these per island for 100% completion. The achievement is we're doing 20 consecutively without stopping the mission or losing our fire truck. You want to make loads of money! Do this early and go as far as you can. Another very useful but surprisingly quite difficult side mission is Paramedic. The prize for this is Unlimited Sprint, which sounds really useful, except there is an exploit where you can get unlimited sprint by just tapping X rather than holding X like they want you to do. Hehe. The aim of this is to pick up bleeding pedestrians and bring them to the hospital. And for everyone we pick up, we get a little more time. At level 1, we only have to rescue 1 person. That increases by 1 per level until we have to collect 12 bleeding patients. What makes this mission quite difficult is that the ambulance likes to roll over, and it's also quite fragile. We also don't have access to a full map in the pause menu, so we cannot see which patients are near or far or wherever they are until we start driving out. However, once you get into the groove, it becomes quite easy to be tactical about who we pick up and when, especially when we get to the higher levels. We can only pick up 3 patients at once. I usually go for 3 of the nearby patients to get the time bonuses quicker, and then find the 3 furthest away patients, and then tackle the rest the best way I can. It took a few attempts to even get to level 6, but once I did, the rest was quite easy, and we were able to get this done. It is a long process, but luckily we only have to do this once for 100%. Except, the achievement list wants us to do this twice more, 1 on each island, so our life-saving career is not over yet. We also accidentally get another achievement when trying to set up for the difficult fuzzball achievement. I grab the fastest car available in Portland, the Banshee from the car dealership in Harwood, and bring it back to the safe house so I can make a save file with it in the garage. Doing this is actually an achievement I forgot about, bringing this car to the garage before the final mission of the first island. There are a few of these achievements we will have to do before the mission Last Requests, but I will be spacing out the side achievements in between main story missions. Speaking of, it's time to formally introduce ourselves to Joey Leone.
Hey, I'm bored. When you gonna drill me?
In a moment, sweetheart. I got a little business to take care of. I got a little job for you, pal.
Joey Leone, son of Salvatore, owner of Joey's Garage in Trenton, Portland, voiced by Michael Rappaport, who you may know, and I'm sorry if you do. Truly. Joey is usually seen with his favourite of Luigi's girls, Misty. Joey does not seem to share his father's ambitions, preferring to stick to small-time crime while running his successful garage, which he has done for well over a decade. Seemingly mild-mannered and calm on the surface, despite this, he has inherited some of his father's ruthlessness when it's needed. The first mission we do for Joey is Mike Lip's Last Lunch, where we have to take Mike's car to 8-Ball to rig it with a bomb, bring it back to the bistro, where Mike is enjoying what he doesn't know is his last meal, and then watch as he eats until he explodes. The achievement is for completing this with over 3.5 minutes left on the timer, and without leaving even a scratch on Mike's car. In Farewell Chunky Lee Chong, we have to take out noodle stand owner Lee Chong, who Joey says is helping to push Spank around Chinatown. In this mission, we have to do it two distinct ways. The first achievement is 8-Ball Almighty, in which we have to nab his getaway car, then take it to 8-Ball to rig it with a bomb. Arm it, and then make sure he runs towards the car you have rigged up and watch him explode. This was an achievement in the Definitive Edition version of GTA 3, so I know this method pretty well, thankfully. The other option is a bit more direct. We have to take him out without using any weapons or car bombs. The first attempt turned into a bit of a Benny Hill chase until our car exploded and we lost him when trying to borrow a new one. The second attempt I got very lucky. I parked my car in front of his and his pathing got completely stuck, which means I was able to beat his ass, no problem for the achievement. I got lost in a conversation on stream and completely forgot to prepare for the next achievement, to defeat Van Heist using only one vehicle. In this mission we are to find the secure car which is transporting money around town, damage it enough to make the people inside it flee, and then take it to the docks. I meant to grab the fire truck to run the secure car, but somehow the car I accidentally used instead did the job perfectly. We take the car over to the docks to complete the mission. We are introduced to Toni Cipriani next. He is a bit of a legend around these parts, but a legend we'll have to give a proper introduction to later on. Joey gives us the task to drive Toni home after getting his car fixed. However, before we drop him off at his cafe, Toni has a little errand to run, extorting a local laundromat for protection money that they owe. We take him there without any fancy crap. But as he's inside the laundromat, he is attacked by multiple Triad members and we have to make our escape. The Triads are the Chinese gang in Portland. Their territory is Chinatown and they're easily spotted by their blue outfits. They run an operation out of the fish factory near Callahan Point, which we will no doubt visit very, very soon. Tensions have been rising between the Triads and the Leone family for quite a while. Our task is just to get Toni out of there, but we are given an achievement if we also take down 10 Triad members, including the 4 initial attackers, without leaving our car. We don't have the ability to buy Uzi ammo just yet, but this newly fixed up car is enough of a weapon to get the job done. Killing the attackers is worth a money bonus in game as well. As soon as we bring Toni home, we get 2 achievements. One for completing the mission, and the other for doing it with style. Joey will just have to repair this car again. This unlocks the Toni missions, but we like to be organised here with our crime. So let's finish off Joey's line of missions first. Our next mission also has 2 achievements we cannot get on the same playthrough. Dead Skunk in the Trunk is a mission where we have to take a Ferrari member's corpse, which is stuck in the trunk, and bring it to the car crusher in Harwood. Easy enough, right? Well, it would be, except we notice 2 cars on either side of the car in question looking directly at it, watching to see who will take the car. These are the Ferrari brothers, and for the first achievement, we are to finish the mission while killing them. So we do that. Easy peasy. Now the excess baggage achievement I remember giving me an issue last year. For this one, we need to bring the car to the crusher without killing the Ferraris or revealing the corpse in the trunk. Essentially not letting the Maniac brothers bash the trunk enough for the boot to pop open. Now this is where I'd show footage of them driving like an angry NASCAR driver after being bumped 380 laps into a 400 lap race, but I managed to quell them pretty easily. I just parked cars in front of them, which bought me enough time to bring the car to the crusher and enjoy my hard work. Oh. Luckily, we passed the mission despite forgetting that we had crazy Italian mafia men on our trail. Our last mission for Joey is The Getaway. No, not the London-based gangster game released a few years later, though I've never played that, so please let me know if it's any good. No, we are literally going to be a getaway driver for a band of bank robbers who are friends with Joey. We drive the bank robbers to the bank, a likely place for bank robbers to be, and then we are given a 3-star wanted level. The achievement is for losing that without taking the easy route to the pay and spray. Luckily, there's a police bribe in this alley nearby, which I know very well, but I struggle to remember where to find another one. I eventually do look it up, and there is one underneath the crane at the docks. This brings the wanted level down to 1, which will go away on its own after being a good boy for a wee bit. Once we take the robbers to the lockup, this will get us the achievement for beating all of Joey's missions, as well as the My True Colors achievement. Now on the stream, I decided it was time to tackle a side mission that I thought was quite easy, Patriot Playground. The achievement is for beating it within 2 minutes and 55 seconds, a relatively lenient time limit, or so I thought. What followed was 2 hours of pain and misery, as I learned all over again that no, this achievement is torture, and GTA 3 off-road physics sure do exist, allegedly, and also I suck. And this bench sucks. I didn't even see it. I never see this bench. I swear it only pops into view when I'm about to hit it. Now there is the handy video that I use as a guide that I will link in the description, but it only helped with the route, not with my skill. Still, after many heartbreaks, we do eventually get it done. Here is my winning run. After all that misery, I decided it's time to blow stuff up. With little teeny tiny RC cars. There are 4 RC missions in GTA 3, and 2 of them are in Portland. We enter the RC van around the back of the apartments in Hepburn Heights to take on Diablo Destruction. In this one, we're given 2 minutes to destroy as many Diablo Stallions as possible. We pass the mission as long as we destroy even just one of them. However, there is an achievement for destroying 10 cars in one sitting, which is easier said than done. The RC cars are rigged with bombs. You can either collide head on with a car to blow it up, or press circle when close to a car to manually boom. You can try to go for doubles when the opportunity strikes, but in my experience, this only works if they are side by side, and the stars are aligned just right. The problem with this one is sometimes the cars you need just won't spawn, and you are left spending ages driving in a circle trying to get one to appear. Sometimes they will appear in the distance, and then you'll accidentally cause the camera to move slightly, and then they will disappear forever. Luckily, it only took me 3 attempts to get the 10 required kills for the achievement. We also beat the second of the RC missions, Mafia Massacre, but we only get the achievement when we beat all 4 RC missions, so we'll get that later on in the game. Before starting the next set of missions, we decide to moonlight as a taxi driver for a little while. This side mission is exactly what it sounds like. We pick up passengers and then take them where they want to go, and make hundreds per trip. Sheesh, Liberty City taxi companies must be rich if this is what they charge for a trip down the street. We get a time limit which increases for every passenger we pick up and drop off. The timer is usually not an issue once you've done a few passengers. The real challenge is not crashing the car too much. Pedestrians will not get into a taxi if it has been damaged too much. For the 100% completion, we need to do 100 drop-offs in total, but for the achievements, we need to do 35 fares in one sitting per island. Doing 35 on this island gives us the Portland's Taxi Driver achievement. We go to the Hepburn Heights apartment complex to answer the ringing payphone to talk to our next mission giver, El Burro of the Diablos. Let's get to know him a little deeper.
This is El Burro of the Diablos. You are new in Liberty, but already you are gaining a reputation on the street.
El Burro is a famous adult film star, famous for his donkey films, and also leader of the Portland Diablos. Their territory is Hepburn Heights, and you'll know the Diablos from their flame-painted stallions and blue hoodies. They are somewhat poorly armed compared to their rivals in Portland, and this places them the lowest of the 3 established gangs in the city. El Burro, true to his previous job, is based out of XXX Mags near the Red Light District, where he distributes his artful donkey-based magazines. We do not see him during our time in Liberty City, as he communicates exclusively through the payphone. Our first mission for the Diablo's leader is a test of our driving abilities in Turismo. We have to race 3 rivals around Liberty City and finish first. Simple. The other drivers are maniacs and will likely crash each other out, so it's not too bad as long as we stay out of their chaos. We actually have 2 other achievements we can earn here, one for beating the race in under 140 seconds, and the other for beating the race with the old school GTA top-down view enabled for the whole race. I hate this camera view. We will do that one later on, as once we beat all of El Burro's missions, we can replay Turismo as many times as we like. We have no special achievement for the mission I Scream You Scream, where we pick up a briefcase bomb and then steal an ice cream truck to take it to the docks, in order to trick mafia members who just want a sweet dessert to surround the ice cream truck, only to find out that this ice cream is the bomb. The second mission for the Diablos is Trial by Fire, where we have to do a rampage style mission to defeat 25 triads with a flamethrower. The achievement for the mission is to get the bonus money for killing the triads in the playground, while also finishing with over 30 seconds left on the clock. Sticking around the playground seems to be a good spawn point for the triads to rack up a lot of kills quickly, so this one is also not too bad if you know where to go right away. Big and Veiny is our last mission for El Burro, and this is one of the missions we have to do twice. In this mission, a thief high on spank stole the truck with Mr. Burro's newest publication, Donkey Does Dallas Volumes 1, 2 and 3, but in his drugged up state, left the back door open, and now there is donkey porn all over Portland. More like Pornland? What an ass. Our mission is to follow the piles of magazine to the idiot and kill him. After this, we deliver the magazines back to his store so he can sell them to the waiting public. For the first missable achievement, we gotta do this mission while collecting every single copy from the street. This is the easier of the two, so we're doing this first. We are under a time limit, but for every copy we pick up, we get an extra second on the clock. By following the trail of 106 magazines, we eventually find the Spank Junkie, or Spanky as we can shorten that down to, and run him over. Then we save the day and bring the porn back to the store. Give El Burro the dong key to the city, the way he's bringing people together. We also get the achievement for finishing El Burro's missions as well. Now we have to reload to get the other achievement. Doing big and veiny, but only collecting 40 or less magazines. That means we have to reach the thief with over 60 seconds less time to do this. The route I took was to follow the trail until we go past St. Mark's, where you can turn left to the docks area. We have to drive really well up to this point, which was my downfall, but eventually we got a good run in, but then I collected one too many magazines and failed the achievement. Luckily, the next attempt I got it, and did better at counting the magazines I collected as I went, and skipping a couple while driving really well to get to the thief with plenty of time spare. We finished the level of standard, and then we are done with this achievement. We're not done with El Burro just yet though, as we still need to get the Turismo achievements. The Chinatown Racer achievement is for beating the race in 140 seconds or less. This took a few attempts, with one attempt finishing just a second too late. However, the very next attempt we actually did this with exactly 140 seconds on the clock, which is good enough for the achievement. The other achievement needs a bit more dedication from me, so we'll come back to that during the cleanup episode. So before tackling the next set of missions, I decided a life of crime is no longer what I want to aspire to. It's time to go over to the other side. By stealing, I mean by joining the police force legally, and legally driving a police car to legally apprehend criminals legally in a legal manner. legally. In Vigilante, we are given a target to arrest with bullets. We then have to chase them from our car, shooting them until either they get out of the car and we shoot them dead, or the car blows up with them in it. For 100% completion, you have to take down 20 criminals per island, and there is an achievement for this. In addition, we can also get an achievement for defeating 20 criminals in one session. I was not aiming for doing it all in one session right now, thinking it would be too hard, but as we rack up the quote-unquote arrests, I get very close to the fabled 20 kills in one session. With 19 kills, we managed to stop the criminal's car, and all we had to do was to take them down forever. Oh balls, oh balls, oh balls, oh balls! I was just one kill away from retirement, and then I got busted. Oh well, we quickly get the one other kill we need to complete Vigilante for Portland. For the 10 and 20 kill milestones per island for Vigilante, we get an extra bribe star sent to our hideout, which is going to be incredibly useful soon. Now it's time to have a bitchin' good time by taking on the missions for Marty Chonks, by answering the ringing phone outside the dog food factory. So, who is Mr. Chonks?
The name is Chonks, Marty Chonks. I run the bitchin' dog food factory around the corner. I got money troubles, but hey, who doesn't, right?
Marty Chonks is the owner of Bitchin' Dog Food in Trenton, right next to Joey's garage. While on the surface this seems like a legitimate operation, there have been rumours that the meat used in the dog food is not always ethically sourced. This might explain why the business is struggling financially, with Marty seemingly getting desperate to find the cash to survive. For the achievement, we have to beat Marty's 4 missions with the cinematic camera on the whole time. This goes for the missions The Crook, The Thieves, The Wife, and Her Lover. The formula for these missions is that Mr. Chonks wants us to pick up someone, deliver them to the dog food factory, where he will kill them, and then ask us to get rid of or paint the card that we use to deliver them. He wants to kill the bank manager who has been raising the interest rate on his loan in order to take a slice for himself. He wants to kill the thieves who are threatening to tell the authorities about Mr. Chonks hiring them to steal from him so he can commit insurance fraud. He wants to kill his wife for spending too much money, and he wants to kill her lover because Marty owes him money and he just killed the person he was sleeping with. This all goes to Marty's plan until the last mission of the chain, where Marty finally gets what he truly deserves.
Burro, hi. I need more time to get your money. But if you just step into my office, it's far too late for that, Marty. You had your chance, but now I'm taking over the business.
No, I'm taking over the business. Alright, we're done. I spend the rest of this stream picking up every hidden package in Portland except one that I cannot get easily without access to boats, and the other package that cannot be got right now until we unlock Staunton anyway. But for collecting 31 of the 33 Portland hidden packages, we get gifts delivered to our hideout. A pistol for 10 packages, an Uzi for 20 packages, and grenades for 30. These are essentially unlimited pickups for these weapons that will spawn in every hideout we get. However, halfway through I remember doing a fun little achievement. By going into the RC van in St. Mark's, we can drive the RC car all the way to the crusher. Once the toy is crushed, we get the Getting Rid of Useless Stuff achievement. The next day I came back on stream with a spring in my step, ready to tackle Tony's missions. Take it away, me doing a slightly different voice.
Take a seat, kid. Take a goddamn seat. So the laundry won't pay any protection, huh? The triads think they can mess with me? Let's teach these would-be tough guys what it means to be a tough guy.
Teach him some respect. No son of mine gets to buy some triads. Your father, God
Sorry,
rest
Ma.
his soul, took no crap from no triads
Yes,
back in
Ma.
Sicily.
Toni Cipriani. We could do a whole series on this guy, and if the Grand Theft Auto 3 series is successful enough, we may actually do that. Tony is a man with a lot of history in Liberty City. Voiced by the late Michael Madsen, Toni Cipriani has been a member of the Leone family for a very long time. We know that in 1994 he was forced to leave Liberty City after he killed a made man from a rival family, reportedly under orders from Salvatore. He returned to Liberty City in 1998, and his list of crimes are far too numerous to list here, but it helped him work his way back up the Leone ranks until he was Salvatore's right-hand man. 3 years later, he still operates from his cafe that he runs with his mother, where he is reportedly gearing up for a war with the Chinatown Triad. He is completely ruthless, quick to temper, and is very irritated by a lot of the people around him, but he is completely loyal to Salvatore and the Leone family. There is only one person in St. Mark's more frightening than Toni Cipriani. Mama Cipriani. He is understandably pissed about the Triad's attack on him during the failed protection money mission earlier, and he wants revenge. Toni wants us to attack 3 laundry vans who are doing their rounds through Portland. We have 2 achievements for this mission, but unless we're lucky, this will require 2 playthroughs. The first is to beat the mission within 3 minutes. Very easy to do with plenty of Uzi ammo. The more involved way, and more lucrative, is to bash the vans with our vehicle. I pick up a fire truck and I boom, bash and bam with 3 vans. Each hit gives us a little bit of cash. We have to change cars a few times, but once we blow up the 3rd van by bumping it a bunch, we get the achievement for doing this without weapons. The next Toni mission is the pickup. The laundry has agreed to pay Toni what they owe. Talk about money laundering, eh? So he asks Claude to pick it up from a back alley in Chinatown. However, Toni is smart enough to at least warn Claude that it's likely a Triad trap. And he's right. When we pick up the briefcase, we get ambushed by the gang. But they are no match for our Uzi as we kill them all and make our escape. For the achievement, we just have to make sure we kill the Triad members on foot, as it forbids us from killing any of them from within our car. And we end up with $1 million in our pockets for another achievement. The next mission is Salvatore calls a meeting. Toni has left us a note to tell us that the Don himself has called for a meeting of his most trusted advisors. We have to head over to Joey's to pick him up, as well as the limo that we will use to pick up Luigi and Toni. However, when we pick Toni up, the Triad ambush us, so we have to floor it over to Salvatore's house. And even though the Triads have guards at the entrance of his property, as soon as we get close to Salvatore's mansion, they give up chasing us just like that. We are then introduced to the leader of the Leone family directly, who says that he will have some work for us soon.
You did good back there, kid. Real good. Come on, let's introduce you to the Don.
Hey, Luigi! Oh, my girls have been missing you so long, Salvatore. You've been away too long.
You tell them once this unfortunate business is taken care of, we'll all go down to the club and celebrate, okay? There's my boy.
How you doing, Pop?
You got yourself a good woman yet? Hey, your mother, God bless her soul, would be turning over in her grave to see you without a wife.
I know, Pop. I'm working on it.
Toni! How's your mama? She's a great woman, you know, strong, Firenze.
She's good. Fine.
Terrific, terrific. Now listen, you guys, you go inside while I talk to our new friend here. I see nothing but good things for you, my boy.
We cannot finish Toni's missions until we start the first Salvatore mission, but we're gonna take a break to let off some steam. And there's only one way to blow off steam in Grand Theft Auto 3. Hi, I'm PS Stu, and welcome to Jackass. Huh? What? We're back? Oh, hi! Don't worry about her. Just forget you saw anything, okay? Anyway, Salvatore, eh?
Me and the fellas need to talk business, so you're gonna look after my girl for the evening. Hey, Maria, move your butt. Dumb Burro does this every time.
Salvatore Leone, the Don of the Leone family, has been one of the heads of the mafia families in Liberty City since the 1980s. Originally from Sicily, he won a power struggle against his uncle to take over the gang. He is a man with few enemies, because anyone who becomes an enemy of Salvatore doesn't normally live for much longer. He once had ties to a casino business in Las Venturas, but for whatever reason that did not pan out well for Salvatore, who returned to Liberty with a newfound paranoia in the early 90s. Linked to many crimes throughout the city, he has been on trial many times, but the only time he has been found guilty is for illegally importing pasta sauce from Sicily without a license. What a crook. He is a powerful ally, but an even more powerful enemy. Watch your back around him, because sometimes it is hard to tell whether he is watching your back or planning to sink a knife into it. Salvatore wants us to take his wife, Maria, out on the town while he discusses important matters with his men. We are acting as her chaperone, as the mission title suggests. She asks us to drive her to the waterfront near our hideout to meet her dealer, Chico. After buying her usual, Chico tells her about a party at the docks, so that is our next stop. However, when I get there, I stop short of the marker and steal this cheetah, and I bring it back to the garage, and then drive back to Maria. This cheetah will become important very shortly. Maria goes to dance her little heart out, but after some time the police come to ruin the vibes, and this is where the achievement for this level becomes relevant. We need to defeat at least one cop, one SWAT member, and blow up one car before finishing the mission. The smart thing to do would have been to take care of the SWAT and the car right away, then pick Maria up and drive to the mansion, and then take care of the cops there, and then immediately drive into the marker. I was not smart, and I just started blasting. And then I had to drive all the way home with 3 stars and many cops on our tail. But again, as soon as we cross the line to Salvatore's mansion, the police just give up chasing us. Even the police are afraid of Salvatore Leone. Afterwards, Maria seems happy.
You know, I enjoyed myself for the first time in a long while, and you treated me really good with respect and everything. Oh, I better go. I'll see you around, I hope.
Yeah, we left her alone on a seedy dock for 5 minutes to steal a sports car, and then we put her in danger by shooting at cops instead of getting away. But we will still get a 5-star review in Mafia Uber, so score! Before we continue any missions, we gotta go back to our hideout. Opening and then closing the garage gets us the achievement for having a cheetah in our garage before last request. The achievement only unlocks when we're not on a mission. Now we just gotta treat this car with respect, drive fast but carefully, because we don't want to get any scratches on it. This is a beautiful, rare car, and I would hate to see anything happen to it. I'm just gonna park it here while I enjoy the view of the city and well. Achievements are worth more than big speedy cars anyway. We go back to Toni Cipriani's missions now, since we can now finish them off. Triads and Tribulations is our next mission, and this one is a little special as we have 3 achievements we need to do here. Luckily, we do not need to do 3 playthroughs, just the normal 2. The war between the Leones and the Triad has escalated to an all-out shootout between the 2 gangs, and we have been asked to join in and turn the tide in the favour of the Mafia. We take 2 buddies and hit up 3 different spots where the Triad are hanging out. One near the noodle stand in Chinatown, one near a warehouse near the Red Light District, and one at the fish factory hideout near Callahan. We are to take out a lieutenant in each area. For the achievement we can do in either playthrough, we must kill 25 Triad members before finishing the mission. This is simple to do, as they are everywhere in this mission. The other achievements are for beating the mission with or without entering the fish factory. The mission is very easy up to this point. We can just drive by the little groups of Triads and move on, but for the achievement we have to plan a little depending on which one we want to tackle first. I choose the outside approach first, and from not too close to the factory walls, I just lob a grenade in the general direction of the triad, and thankfully, my first grenade hits the target for an easy double achievement pop. The other achievement is for beating the mission while in the fish factory, so we keep that until last. In order to access it, we have to steal a triad van to trick them into opening the gates for us. Again, this makes it easy to drive around the back of the factory and just drive by the triad to beat the mission a second time. Now the last mission for Toni Cipriani, the Cipriani finale if you will, is Blowfish. Toni wants us to end this war with a bang, literally. He's asked 8-Ball to rig a garbage truck with a bomb. All we have to do is drive it into the factory, set it next to some oil tanks, and get the hell out before it rains mackerel. Our bonus objective for the achievement is to do this without damaging the truck at all. The route I took was to turn left and follow the road past our hideout all the way through until it turns right onto where the cafe is for Patriot Playground. It's easy to find spaces where there are no cars to drive on, and with the camera trick, we can despawn cars in front of us no problem. Park the truck, arm the bomb, run like hell, mackerel rains, and so does the Leone family against the triad. Fish and chips, anyone? Now we return to Salvatore with the mission Cutting the Grass. And unfortunately, while this mission does have 2 achievements, I can only get one of them here. The mission is simple. Salvatore suspects a barman at Luigi's bar, Curly Bob, of being a rat, selling out the Leones and spilling their secrets to the cartel to help them push into Portland to sell spank. We have to follow behind him while he takes a taxi to the docks to meet his other bosses to see if he really is a sellout. If you don't know this trick, you can take a taxi of your own, park to the right of the NPC taxi that's waiting for Curly Bob, and he will get into your taxi instead of the AI's one. This won't trigger his spookometer and makes this mission incredibly easy. However, for the achievement, we need to do this in the Burgonite taxi. This is a special taxi that is a reward for doing 100 taxi fares. I did not remember I had to do this, and I had to make a quick choice on stream. I can either interrupt things and do 100 taxi fares right now to make sure I can do this achievement right away, or do I save it for the cleanup section at the end? I decided to save it for the final episode, so we'll come back to this later. We can, however, get the achievement for following Curly Bob to the docks without triggering the spookometer at all by staying far enough back so he doesn't get suspicious, but without being too far back that we'll lose track of the taxi. Once we make it to the docks, we see Curly Bob tell Catalina Miguel all the going-ons between the Leones and the wars they've started with the Forellis and the Triads. Standing in front of a giant cargo boat, the 2 cartel leaders pay Curly Bob for his time and secrets. He also mentions that Salvatore is getting increasingly paranoid, but with employees like Curly Bob, he has every right to be. We then have to kill Curly Bob to end the mission. Goodbye, Curly Bob. You are brighter than the sun. Now it's time for the big one. The big bad mission to end Portland off. Bob da Base. This is the mission all of this first act of the game was leading up to. Salvatore suspects that the big cargo ship we just saw is where the cartel is producing spank. So he asks us and 8-Ball to blow the ship up to slow down the flow of drugs into the city. We go over to 8-Ball's place, who informs us that he needs $100,000 in order to provide enough fireworks to destroy the boat. Luckily, we have more than enough to cover the costs. He hands us a sniper rifle. His plan is that we will cover him with the rifle while he runs on board to arm the bomb. His hands are all still messed up, brother, so he cannot fire a gun yet. This mission used to give me so much trouble as a kid because I was terrible at providing sniper cover. I eventually got through it and I don't have issues anymore, but this time we're gonna have to go with a more direct approach because the achievement for this level forbids us from using the rifle. This was going to be a tough one. Even with full armor and full health, the cartel are extremely dangerous with powerful guns. However, usually for these achievements, my first run is usually a YOLO run. Just see how far I can get and then formulate a real plan once I'm reacquainted with how many guards I have to deal with in this mission. I had limited AK bullets, so I used that to take care of the 2 cartel members at the entrance of the boat. Then I ran onto the ship and just started blasting with my Uzi. It goes better than expected. The ship goes boom and sinks into the ocean. The Leone family score a massive victory over the cartel and Spank. Now I got lucky. I ended the mission with 11 HP, but I'll take it because this could have been a very frustrating mission to have to replay over and over again. Instead we got it first try, and I wasn't even trying to. Well, it's time to celebrate. We go back to Salvatore, who congratulates us and gives us one more mission to do before we can take it easy as a made man within the family. We just have to retrieve a car filled with the brains of an enemy who had to be taken out and take it over to the Crusher. Easy enough. Our task is to finish this mission within 2 minutes, but I actually failed this achievement first try because I tried to get ahead of myself and move to the actual location we need to go instead of the trap we're about to walk into. Yes, Salvatore is trying to kill us, and the car is actually a bomb ready to take us out. Maria will warn us when we get close to the car and asks us to meet her at a pier overlooking Staunton. When we get there, she explains that Salvatore is trying to kill us because he thinks that Maria is cheating on him with us, because for some reason Maria told him that. Thanks, Maria. This is where we are introduced to Asuka. Asuka is one of the leaders of the Yakuza in Staunton and provides us a boat that we can ride to escape Portland and finally make it to the second island of the game. Asuka gives us a safe house to use as we get our achievement for last requests. We still have plenty to do in Portland. Achievements for the fuzzball, Turismo and cutting the grass, but a lot of that will happen in the final episode of this mini-series when we do the cleanup and the miscellaneous achievements. Next time we'll be stomping around Staunton. Thank you all for watching episode 1 of the Grand Theft Auto 3 Retro Achievements story. Feel free to subscribe to keep up with future episodes of the series, like this video if you liked it, and let me know in the comments some of your experiences with Grand Theft Auto 3, plus any other recommendations for games to tackle for both Retro Achievements and Platinum Trophies. We'll be back next month with episode 2. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week, year, decade, century, millennium, and hopefully, I'll see you next time. Bye!